don't know but to smile, I guess. That's all I can really do.
That's a good reaction.
I just,
yeah.
Is Aaron Rodgers really considering being a part of this, being on the ticket? Is he engaged enough where he could do this? Now, you would think football season is in the middle of November. You would think that Aaron Rodgers would be playing football for the New York Jets.
Yeah.
But we've seen Rodgers do some, some bizarre, I don't want to call it bizarre, but some different things along the lines throughout his NFL career that would make a little head scratching.
Mm-hmm.
This is certainly one of them. I wouldn't want to discount that he may or may not do it. I don't want to get into that. I would say that this, to me, though, as a teammate, especially when Aaron Rodgers talked about the end of the season, all the distractions that comes to the New York Jets, this seemed like this would be a little bit of a distraction to me. I mean, it just does, Skip. They actually put the domain name together from GoDaddy host in KennedyRogers.com is registered last week using GoDaddy. So maybe there is some seriousness to it. I don't know. I mean, all I want is to wish everybody well that's in this position to do it. Like, is it all about Aaron Rodgers' ego? I don't know, man. Is he serious? I don't know. He certainly shares some of the same views as Kennedy.
Starting with anti-vax.
Starting with the anti-vax thing. Look, we've had other, I guess you could call them professional athletes, if you want to go into the bodybuilding with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's the governor of California and Jesse the Body Ventura as a governor of Minnesota. We've had other people.
We have.
That life wasn't all about politics from day one. They didn't grow up in the political world, and all of a sudden they ran for an office and they won. So we've had that. So, I mean, maybe he is something to it. Maybe that's the case, Skip. I don't know. It's just funny to me. It's a distraction as far as I can see for his team getting ready for a game, especially if he had. I just don't know how he would do it. You would walk away from football, I'm assuming, because you can't play and run for VP at the same time. I just don't see how you could do it. And I don't think it would be something that the teammates will embrace.
It would be impossible.
Yeah, it's almost impossible.
Just the time required, impossible. And we still haven't heard Aaron's side of this. We just heard Robert Kennedy Jr. saying that they have had continuous talk. So I assume that includes Aaron, and we should validate that they have had these talks. Okay. What have I seen from Aaron over the last 4 or 5 years? Well, I've seen a guy who more and more is interested. He's more interested in talking about political issues when he does interviews than about football. And it seems like he's got this bent in him, like he's got this direction he would like to go. Unfortunately for him, he's still the quarterback of the New York Jets. And he says he wants to go forward, and he's made some noise about, I want to go Tom Brady. I want to play 4 or 5 more. He's 40 years of age now. And yet, is he as obsessed with football as Brady was to 45? Because Tom was just completely heart and soul invested in football. Maybe to a fault, finally his marriage broke up, and that ended up being the distraction that kind of helped in Tom's career. But it's because he was so obsessed with football, almost to the detriment of his family life. So with Aaron, I don't know that he's that obsessed with football. I do know, speaking of ego, he's obsessed with Aaron. He loves to talk about Aaron. He loves to be in the spotlight, the limelight. It's why the Jets were so appealing to him. He was on Hard Knocks. He became the star of Hard Knocks in ways that no football player has ever been the star of Hard Knocks. It was the Aaron show from start to finish. Is this just one big publicity stunt? It well might be for both of them, because Robert Kennedy Jr. needs the attention because he's a long shot at best, like it's beyond long shot. So he's getting a big pop of publicity here. Aaron probably is loving the publicity here, even if he has no designs on actually participating. But if he does want to get hit, so to speak, throw his hat in the ring for the first time, this is one way to do it. It would then have to lead, because they're not going to win the election, it would have to lead to him running for governor of Wisconsin or wherever he wants to run governor in California, because I'm sure he could do that if he chose. He's not stupid. He thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. I'm not sure about that, but he's not stupid. And when I look at the long list of entertainers / athletes who have scored in politics, as you point out, and you can keep on going, Clint Eastwood was a mayor, and Sonny Bono, Jerry Springer, and then coming out of sports, Tommy Tuberville has done very well. And then this is way before your time, but Bill Bradley and Jim Bunning and Kevin Johnson, not before your time, was the mayor in Phoenix. Sacramento, I was going to say, he played at Phoenix. Jack Kemp, Steve Largent from my home state of Oklahoma did very well. Tom Osborne, the Nebraska coach, did very well. And don't forget,
Schuler did.
He did. And don't forget my man Herschel Walker. You know, he's been right in the middle of this. The point is, they were all done. You know, like they didn't try to do it simultaneously, because how can you play NFL quarterback and run on a ticket for vice president? You know, like it's just too much. And
I don't know.
Then Aaron's got all kinds of controversies that he would have to tiptoe through. His experimenting with ayahuasca. Not sure how that would go over with some voters. It's illegal here in this country. He had to go to South America to experiment. He lost his State Farm ads in part because of that. So I don't know. He's got some baggage going on there. But Keyshawn, if this is what he wants to do, I say God bless him. Go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Don't be a distraction on my team, though.
Yeah, don't be a
the last thing I want to do is have to answer questions about who I'm voting for.
I know.
I don't want to do that.
I got it. And the key quote that was uttered, I don't know, about a month ago, he said the SH that has nothing to do with winning has to get out of this building, meaning the Jets building.
Yeah.
Well, this would be the ultimate SH, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He talked about this distraction in the Jets building.
Yeah.
But this is bringing attention, unwanted attention, although it's the offseason and everybody's gone right now. A month from now, they'll be back in that building in off-season conditioning and OTAs and getting ready for the summer. So they'll be back in that building, and they'll have to answer these questions that'll be posed to them about him potentially running on a ticket to be the vice president of the United States. Like, it doesn't even sound right.
It does.
Now, if he was retired, like you said about everybody else that was done, if he was retired and this came up, I'd be like, oh, cool, good. But because he's not retired and he has a day job that pays him a lot of money.
That's a good point, too.
You would just...
He's up in the 50s, right?
Yeah. A lot of money. One of the highest paid quarterbacks, right?
Yep.
Yes, he's made money, but he's still getting paid a lot of money. To be able to surrender that to go and run on a ticket where you worked so hard from the time you got injured opening day to the time you tried to convince us all you were coming back, to have us sitting around looking and calling our doctor friends to find out what the hell is he doing, to now all of a sudden, several months later when the season's over, oh, I'm gonna run for vice president of the United States. Like, it doesn't coincide with reality as far as I'm concerned. Because again, you mentioned everybody that's already done. They were retired.
Yeah.
And even if they wasn't, Clint Eastwood, for instance, has his own production company, and he shoots his own movies and directs his own movies and does it. So he can come and go in time schedule for himself.
Yep.
If I'm playing a position of quarterback for the New York Jets or anything, I could be a kicker. I'm on a team that essentially starts in July and ends in January, and I'm on a team that's our season. That's my schedule. Where some of these other people, these actors and stuff, they can schedule theirs when they want to do what they want to as far as movies go. He can't do that. So I don't know what he's thinking. Is he thinking I'm just going to retire and do it? Well, that would be a mistake. Because like you said, long shot. It's like the longest shot that you can think of.
It is.
So, you know, hey, man, good luck to him. That's all I can say.
Yeah. You even brought up, though, he even provided a distraction for his team after he tore his Achilles because he was going to miraculously come back 10 times faster than any other human had ever come back to play a sport.
And it looked like he was on his way.
You were impressed.
Very.
And my doctor friends kept saying, there is absolutely no way.
That dude was throwing the football. That's all I can say. He looked like he could play. I think if the Jets, I honestly, sincerely think if the Jets was really in the mix, Zach Wilson had started playing okay, and they looked like they might have a fighting chance or something like that. But when he got into the end of November to the month of December, you knew it was over with, and that story was over. But if they could have gotten in a situation to push them in the playoffs, I think he would have came back.
Man, it just, my doctor friends, who have never been wrong to me, say there is no way that tendon will heal in 3 months. You can move around on a little bit.
He wasn't just moving around.
But you start stressing it in game action.
Yeah. The stress level, everything that comes with it.
Yeah. You start pushing off and cutting and going side to side. If it snaps, now you really got a problem.
I wish I was in the locker room with him, though.
And
hey, Mr. Vice President, how you doing?
you wouldn't let it lay, man.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
I would have so much fun with it. Mr. Vice President, how you doing here? How's today, Mr. Vice President?
Yeah, but if you were in the locker room, you might get sick and tired of the distractions your quarterback provides the football team.
Well, I think, hey, look, you know what he is, you know what you get.
You do.
And you have to live with it if he's on your team. It goes for his distractions. That goes for other guys that might be knuckleheads, that get into trouble, and you bring them into the locker room, you already know what it is. So you try to deal with it as much as you can. And that's the same thing. Whether he's running for vice president of the United States or not, you know that Aaron Rodgers is going to bring some heat with him. And you in that locker room, you know what it is. You can't be mad at it. You have to deal with it because he's the quarterback of the team. And he's very good when healthy.
So gut feeling, this is just a publicity stunt that Aaron is going along with because he's getting publicity and helping.
I don't know if it's a publicity stunt. I don't know if it's a publicity stunt as much as it is I'm enjoying the conversation.
No, I'm sure he is.
And I'm enjoying the fact that people are talking about me, and they're going to be talking about me until such due time that I release a statement saying I remove my name or I pull my name from this and I don't want to do it. But I don't know that it's a publicity stunt, though.
All right, but I will not at all be surprised if at some point down the road, Aaron runs for some political office.
When he's retired?
Yes.
Yeah, that may be the case.
Yeah.
I have no desire for any political aspirations whatsoever.
You don't.
I'm going to go to jail if I was in I'll be in prison. Because I would just be doing, my buddies would be like, hey, man, I want to build a bridge. Oh, you want to build a bridge? Okay, where you want to build it at? That's just.
Oh, you just go along
I'm just going along with it. Okay. That's why I know I couldn't do it because I would be just literally helping people so illegally. It would be just, they going to come and get me.
Well, that might be a good.
That's just what it is.
That might be a good platform.
I'm just telling you.
I'll help anybody at any cost, right?
Hey, man, I'll do it. You know, that's why I could never do it. People always say, oh, you should never. You want to build a shopping center? Where? We'll get you the money, no problem. Because I'm for helping people, but you got to do it a certain way. And I'm going to try to bend the rules and go around it. I'm just being honest with you.
Okay.
That's why I could never. Nope, not me.
Plus, you'd be under a microscope. Your past would be under a microscope.
Oh, my God, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Build a bridge. Where you want to build it at? Across the street.
Okay. Pico and Motor, right?
Pico and Motor.
Bridge. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.